Hello. Okay. I was staying off the space there for a little bit. Wasn't for sure if it was recording, but it looks like it's doing it. Okay. Hopefully, there's not going to be too many little weird jumps. The computer's running a little slow because I had all those tabs open. Okay. So we're back with some one more. We are back with more One Angry Gamer because it's the only news site that I read, kind of. But yeah, okay. Gosh, it looks like it's stuttering a little bit. Okay. WoW Shadowlands features a ton of mentally gay propaganda. Mentally gay? Mentally ill. Oh well, same difference. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Activision Blizzard, who are on the Traitors of America master list, have gone in all in on the gay agenda. They've been riddling their games with adults, mentally ill propaganda for some time now. But the upcoming expansion for WoW really takes the cake. And it's stupid. Okay. Okay. Reddit user, whatever, made a quick post on Reddit collecting some of the news bits surrounding the characters and content that will appear in the upcoming WoW expansion. They previously reported on Blizzard wasting time chasing the pronouns of one of the characters. I'm assuming it's Overwatch. I don't play Overwatch. And even when it comes to Blizzard, I do like Diablo, but I don't have Diablo 3. If I want to, I'll probably just get the original or Diablo 2. I like StarCraft. Hopefully it's going to be fine because OBS is telling me you're doing too much, which I might be. Okay, so regardless of how this turns out, it's going to be on here. It's going to be uploaded because I can't do these a second take unless it's at the very beginning because I ramble and I like to talk about all the adjacent things. Okay, but yeah, StarCraft and StarCraft 2 are the only two games that I may play a little bit more regularly. OBS is yelling at me again. What else? I played some of Heroes of the Storm and had some fun with it, but I haven't picked it back up for a bit. Okay. Yeah. Attempting to curry favor with the mentally ill, which is what I've been calling them, of Twitter. Whoever that is being promoted as a fans character, which makes no sense. But as he mentioned, they're counting mentally ill people. So sensibility is that not a trait they're familiar with. Okay. And if you voice opposition to the gay or trans to mentally ill propaganda being in WoW, they'll just delete the forum thread. Well, at least they're not going to. At least they didn't delete your account. I've read this before, but I don't really remember a whole bunch of what's said. Plus, I just kind of read it like normal. I'm not trying to think of all the other interconnecting things with it. Maybe OBS will be happy if I use a variable bitrate instead of constant. But it doesn't end there. A left-wing website, Wowhead, I'm assuming WoW as in World of Warcraft, posted a clip of another set of NPCs. You encounter during the Night Fair campaign in the WoW expansion. Yes, there's two people. I don't know those. Are a gay couple, and they rub it in your face every chance they get as indecent as indicative by the audio clip above. We're not going to listen to it because I don't get into the gay stuff. Even Yuri, I don't get into lesbian stuff at all either. Seeing another pair of bare boobs is good, but after a little bit, it's just like, okay, they're both naked and they're loving each other. So, yeah, I think lesbian sex is weird. I think gay sex is weird too. If you just wanted to play the game in peace and not to be bludgeoned over the head with the mentally ill propaganda, you're fresh out of luck. And yet, it gets worse. After the mentally ill on social media began making fan fiction of the two as a gay couple, Blizzard decided to make it canon by forcing them to become gay in the book exploring Azeroth, the Eastern Kingdoms. Hopefully this video is going to look well. OBS yells at me a few times by Blizzard Watch. Yeah, this is almost over. So at least if it's jumpy, at least if the video is jumpy, you won't have to suffer through it too long. Yes, there are now gay pirates in WoW. That yeah, there's definitely a joke there. Okay, you may as well open a porn account for your kids at this rate. Yeah, I mean, the left, the mentally ill people, a lot of the things that they want is very much wanting to put I don't know why I'm mesmerized by that ad. Hopefully at least the audio is fine. If I'm looking weird, then so be it. But yeah, when it comes to children, those people, they want to put sexual content in front of their faces at the very start. At the very start of elementary school, at first grade and kindergarten, they want to put sexual things in their face. They want to tell them. They want to normalize all this stuff. They want to normalize somebody getting their boobs chopped off and getting the other parts chopped off and removed and changed. I remember, I think it might have been Gavin McGinnis. Hopefully I'm saying this name right, but I remember he was doing a little commentary over. It was either a Now This or a Vox video about parents who were telling the children that they were going to transition, and one of them, the mom told her daughter that she was wanting to transition, that she wasn't going to have her boobs anymore. Specifically saying that she wasn't going to have her boobs anymore, and the daughter was shocked. The daughter was shocked. But yeah, the child grooming is escalating quite quickly. Like I was trying to get at, they want to put sexual content in front of children as soon as possible, as far as when it comes to the public schools, and they want to promote all that stuff at a extremely young age. It's escalating quickly, but as the Reddit user, don't discount the George Soros influence over Activision Blizzard after he invested $45 million into the company. I know if you're somebody who reads a lot of who's on the right, you hear you hear the guy George Soros all the time, and to a point, he feels like he's just a right wing boogeyman. But if he really is doing that, then maybe he is a boogeyman that is real. Because without money, a lot of these stupid things would have died because the public isn't for it. It's only those who have a whole bunch of money who are bankrolling these agendas. Okay, on with the thing. Basically, the social disturbance is being racketed up to it's up to 11, and they're hoping to convert your kids by convincing them that being gay is okay. Like I was saying before, what they won't do is offer you or your children statistics on how dangerous and harmful it is to choose a homosexual lifestyle as your preferred lifestyle. For instance, did you know? And as far as I know, all of these are facts. Gays and lesbians are only 1.6% of the population. I'm assuming American population, but that's very few people. I mean, if you're a politician and you're trying to get a whole bunch of votes, why would you go for such a small percentage of people? In gays, which would be homosexual men, account for 70. I always mix up that. 67% of all HIV cases. The interesting thing about HIV and AIDS is that as long as you wasn't born with it because of an affected parent, sadly, the likelihood of not getting it is very low if you are a straight monogamous couple. And even if you are a straight couple, even if you are straight and not monogamous, having a whole bunch of partners, even then, it doesn't go up a lot higher. The two biggest factors for getting HIV is being gay, having gay sex, and sharing needles. Other than that, you are basically going to be safe from HIV. Gays have higher rates of substance and drug abuse. Lesbians have higher rates of alcohol and tobacco abuse. I don't know how that's any different than the top. Okay, lesbians have double the rates of domestic violence. An interesting study that I had heard, that I had seen that came out of Canada some years ago, is that they had found that women are actually more likely to start domestic abuse than men, than the husbands, and we all know that whenever we hear about domestic abuse, we always hear about. They always tell you to look out for the women, specifically the women. They also talk about children, but I think I hear more. At least me anecdotally, I hear more about watching for women when it comes to domestic abuse than they tell you to look out for women who have been victims than men who have been victims, when a study had found that men are more likely to actually be the victims of domestic abuse by the female partner. And so because of that, I'm not surprised that if you get two women together, if you get two women cohabitating, that domestic violence is going to be worse. To an extent, I'm a victim of domestic violence. I have a crazy sister who is the simplest way to say is that I have a crazy sister, so I know firsthand of being a victim of being a victim of domestic abuse, and that from a woman, and then finding out that when the police come, they don't do anything at all. That might be a tangent, but that's something I've wanted to say. Okay, lesbians have higher rates of heart attacks. That's weird, but okay. Lesbians and bisexual women have higher rates of obesity. Yeah. I remember one day, me and a friend. At the time, the friend was living with me and my family, and he wanted to be helpful. So we went to the local food bank, which you could only go, I think, once a month, to get some things. And when I was there, two girls that I know from high school, and I think even in high school they were gay. They were lesbian, and I think they were lesbian for each other. And one of them, I'm assuming, might have been trying to transition because she had facial hair. And both of them were fat. And the one who was transitioning, she I feel like I saw somebody behind me in the camera. She had belly fat that was popping out of her stomach, and it was gross. It was gross. Okay, lesbians and bisexual women have higher rates of breast cancer. I don't know enough about breast cancer to know how that fits. I mean, how that contributes to that, just like the heart attacks. I don't know enough how being lesbian, how being gay, homosexual, or going both ways increases those risks. But it is interesting that, at least from the statistics, that those rates are higher. Gays typically have more sexual partners than heterosexuals. Yeah. One of the things when Gavin McInnes was a bit more popular on YouTube, when I think it was when he was still at Rebel Media, he talked about, and I don't remember if this was before or after gay marriage became legal by the Supreme Court, in America. But one of the things he mentioned was that he knew a gay guy, and the gay guy wasn't monogamous. He had a whole bunch of he had gay sex with a whole bunch of people. I don't know which position he was. Gavin, I don't think Gavin said, but oh yeah, and I think the other thing that Gavin mentioned, which again, well, I shouldn't say again, but one of the other things Gavin mentioned was that homosexual men seem to have a very high libido or sexual urge that they need to they need to satisfy. And so yeah, and from my point of view, as far as gay marriage being legal, because of how much gays, at least gays, I don't know about lesbians, but at least gays, with how much they want to, how much they have many other people that they're having gay sex with. It doesn't make sense. There would be a very low number of those who will actually be monogamous and have a marriage. but I would argue that it's not marriage. It's just a civil union. Okay, gays have higher than normal STD rates, which factors in, which also goes back to the statistics of 67% of HIV being gay. Gays have higher than normal suicide rates. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. I know at least for trans people, I think I heard that it's four times the amount, and that's after getting the surgeries done. As far as gays, I don't know what the numbers are, but I have heard that it's higher, and I think I get why it's higher, because we all know, we can all feel that we're doing something wrong, or at least that's how I see it, is that somewhere inside them they know they didn't make the right choice. And you can argue, and if you don't like the word choice, you can say by the series of events that happened made them to come to the decision that this is how they should live. That is that somewhere inside them they know that the decision to take up, to prolong, to continue that lifestyle, somewhere inside them they know that it's wrong. And that may just be my take, but that's how I see it, is that either if you don't like the word choice, then the series of events that led to them thinking that it was the right choice, the right decision, the right way to live. But yeah. Okay. But okay. Don't expect any of these stats to make it into the game. If you haven't already, you need to be paying attention to every single thing your child plays, even if it's rated E for everyone or T for teen. The gay agenda is in full bloom and nothing is safe, not even MMOs. Yeah, if I remember right, there was some sort of a Pixar game. I think it was a Pixar game, but some sort of game with a very family-friendly name that had that one angry gamer reported on being having gay stuff. Okay, so enough rambling. So if you liked the video, then give it a like. If you didn't like the video, then give it a dislike or the equivalent for wherever you find it. And I hope you have a good day, and you leave comments telling me how to make this better, and other news, regardless. Other news, either being related to video games, anime, entertainment, or just straight up politics. All of it will be appreciated, because for now, One Angry Gamer is the only place that I know to find news that that I would want to talk about. But with that, I bid you adieu.